On the morning of Sunday, January 30th, 2022, units from Company 29 were dispatched to an apartment building in Germantown for a patient in cardiac arrest.
The patient was found to have an initial cardiac rhythm of ventricular fibrillation. The patient was defibrillated at 300 joules and high-performance CPR was continued while a nasopharyngeal airway was placed and ventilations were assisted via bag valve mask. During the second pulse check, the patient was still in ventricular fibrillation and she was defibrillated again at 300 joules. An IO was placed and the patient was defibrillated a third time at 360 joules. When she was found to still be in ventricular fibrillation during the third pulse check. After 15 total minutes of CPR, the patient regained pulses and began to have spontaneous respirations. At this time, crews worked together to obtain a 12-lead EKG and package the patient for transport. The initial 12-lead showed signs of sinus tachycardia with ST elevation in the lateral leads. The crew quickly notified Shady Grove Adventist Hospital to prepare for a ROSC with a STEMI alert and transmitted the 12-lead. The patient was quickly moved to the transport unit where an ongoing assessment was performed. The patient was able to maintain her own airway and her respirations improved. En route to Shady Grove Adventist Hospital, the patient started to open her eyes and move her extremities. By the time the transport unit arrived at the hospital, the patient was awake but very agitated and completely breathing on her own. Upon arrival at the hospital, patient care was transferred to the ED staff. The ED staff made the decision to intubate the patient to protect her airway. A repeat 12-lead EKG showed the patient no longer had any ST elevation. The patient was stabilized in the ED and then transferred and monitored in the ICU. On January 31st, the decision was made to place a stent in her left anterior descending artery. Thanks to the teamwork skills and knowledge of the crews on the scene and the incredible staff at Shady Grove Adventist Hospital, the patient was discharged home neurologically intact on February 8, 2022.